What up, what up, what up? Hey, everybody, hope you're doing well. Hey, I just want to let you know, I know everybody can't always support and donate to the podcast, but hey, if you can do a one-time donation, I put up a Buy Me a Coffee link in this description of the podcast. So if you go to the description of the podcast, it'll be at the bottom, and you can just go to that link, and you can buy me a cup of coffee, or two if you want. And that would just help support the show, and I can wake up a little bit more and bring you more info. So thanks for listening to the podcast. If you can donate, that would be much appreciated. And let's get on to the show. What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Lockdown Universe, home of the bizarre, peculiar, and unheard of stories of UFO legend and paranormal lore. Welcome back, welcome back. Happy to be back. Hopefully you guys are doing excellent and taking care of yourselves. So today we're going to talk about the potential for Biden to be blocking out the sun, therefore making the idea in the Matrix a reality. Now, why would anybody want to do that? Well, according to Politico.com, they are examining, the Biden administration is examining the potential for a last-ditch effort to cool global warming. Now, isn't that interesting? Now, some people don't believe in global warming. That's okay. Some people do, and that's okay too. I'm not here to convince you one way or the other. What is interesting is that they're even considering ideas for blocking out the sun. So on Friday, they stated that they may be looking at a program of research into scientific and societal implications of solar radiation modification, which would enable better informed decisions about the potential risks and benefits. So it's a lot of mumbo jumbo, but basically they're talking about greenhouse gas emissions and mitigation and things like that. Now, a lot of people, and conspiracy theorists, if you will, but conspiracy factualists, maybe, if you will, believe that 2012 time period was a make or break time where either we cut our emissions by like half, by 50%, or there was no turning back. There was like that time in Back to the Future where Doc showed Marty, hey, this is the point of no return. Either we do it now or we do it never. And even, Obama was talking about it. Even Stephen Greer was talking about it, the disclosure guy. A lot of folks were saying, hey, look, either we stop burning all these fossil fuels and putting them into the atmosphere, or we're going to see climate change get to the point where we're not going to be able to live anymore. And so now the scientists are finally catching up and they're saying, oh, yeah, they might be right. So I don't know if you've all noticed, but it for me anyway, in the Midwest, it's definitely gotten hotter over the past few years. I mean, I would say over the past 5-10 years. I do remember in the 90s, though, it being really hot, too, and, just having, like, these huge heat waves. However, if you look at the data, there's more days that have hit 90 degrees in my particular area than I think it's, like, in history over the past few years during the summer. So, anyway, I'm not saying it's real or not, but what's interesting is they're talking about the blocking of the sun, like the Matrix said, right? Matrix said, hey, Morpheus told Keanu that we were the ones that scorched the sky. We were the ones that blocked it out so that AI couldn't have power to survive. Now, a lot of people also believe that AI is becoming out of control, out of our human ability to maintain it and keep it within our grasp. So would AI try to reach out and grab solar power to survive? And would this be an opportunity for us to stop it before it happens? Maybe. I don't think that's the case right now, anyway. But does the government have the capability to do this? Yes, they do. And let's look at a few different options. Number one, HAARP. HAARP, right? HAARP has the capability to create the weather changes. They can create clouds, they can create rain, they could make it sunny if they wanted to. How far that goes, how far their reach is with that particular technology, I don't know. But it does have the capability to do that locally. The other options are what I believe was L.A. County did a few years ago, where they put a bunch of black balls that would absorb heat into like their lakes and fresh bodies of water to reduce the water from these lakes to get brought up into the atmosphere again from the heat, so they could preserve their water. Some of the other mitigation issues or mitigation potentials, I would say, would be their ability to use aerosols. And that's what a lot of people think that the planes are using now, right? They're talking about chemtrails and the potential for chemtrails and the reality of chemtrails, and if these aerosols work, then it would basically create kind of like clouds in the sky or a protective layer in the sky. Wouldn't it be interesting if they were like kind of replacing the ozone with those chemtrails? The ozone layer that we destroyed. Like, oh, we're gonna fake make it again. The problem is with humanity is that we try to remake the wheel instead of trying to do things naturally and rebuild them naturally, like natural farming, instead of using pesticides, instead of using like cover plants to protect the taller plants and not tilling as opposed to tilling. We create our own design, and our own design usually lends up to the detriment of ourselves. Just take, for example, sweeteners, sugary sweeteners like aspartame. We know that aspartame causes a lot of health problems, health risks. Uh, Even like baby foods being recalled now. It just ridiculous stuff that you would think wouldn't even be an issue. But when we try to remake the wheel, when we try to do things that are outside of nature, it ends up being bad for us. What's crazy is like even something as small as this, as blending a banana. Okay, I know I'm getting a little off track here, but I'm just trying to make a point. If you blend a banana, it causes your body to consume the sugar and put it right into the bloodstream, immediately causing you to have an insulin spike. If you eat a banana, it processes it naturally as opposed to blending it. If you just chew it, it processes it naturally and allows your body to have less of a sugar load on the bloodstream because it processes it through the entire stomach. So when we artificially do things, it causes more problems than good. It's almost like we got to kind of go back to like caveman mentality, where we go back to the forefather mentality. Like old farming, old ways of rehabbing the environment. Doing it superficially is probably going to be an issue. It's probably going to be a problem. Now, I've been listening to different folks talk about this issue, different folks on different websites, different articles, different podcasts, and some people think that the government might be terraforming the planet because there's somebody at the helm, right? An alien presence at the helm. And they're terraforming the planet for themselves by cooling it down. Okay, well, who would that be? Would that be the reptilians? No, because they like the heat. They want to be around the heat. They have to be around heat because they're low. They're cold-blooded, right? So to maintain their body temperature, they have to have heat. That's why a lot of them went to the core. A lot of them went towards the core of the planet instead of the outside. It's warmer down there. That's why a lot of people believe hell is down there. It's hotter down there, and the reptilians are down there, and some people have had spiritual experiences and gone down into those areas, and they believed it was hell, but it was actually these reptilians that are down there. So what do you think? What do you think? Is the government terraforming the planet or going to terraform the planet for a particular reason? Like in the movie The Arrival with what's our boy Charlie Sheen. And if you haven't seen The Arrival, again, I said it on another podcast, you got to watch that movie. That movie is fantastic, man. it's so on point with what's going on, but almost kind of silly in a way too. Not a silly, I shouldn't say silly. It's it's like kind of like B rated, like it's not it is serious, but there's some kind of humorous aspects as well. But it's really good. It's really good because it brings up a lot of points, especially the terraforming point. Um, so check that one out. But yeah, I think that this is an interesting topic to look at. I know we have to like live our lives and kind of we can't battle every battle, but I think it's definitely something worthwhile to look at. So anyway, I'm gonna bring up another podcast because I'm excited to bring it to you. So and it's Saturday, so I have time to do these. So I'm gonna put out a few of them for your entertainment purposes, and I hope you guys are doing awesome. Hopefully you guys are taking care of yourselves physically, spiritually, emotionally, following through on your hobbies and your goals and your dreams. Get out there and do something today. I don't care what it is. Go drive, get yourself a little cup of coffee, go walk in a park, go, meditate outside for a few minutes, ground yourself, man. Like I know people talk about grounding, and honestly, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I do know that if you take a few minutes of time out of your day to get peace and calm and tranquility and just be around nature just for a few minutes, and you get off the phone and you get off of everything, it's such a wonderful time. It's such a wonderful moment for you, for me, and it was for me yesterday. I had just a moment to do it, and I know we're busy. I know we're working, but do it. Do it for yourself. And as always, continue to question the universe around you. Until next time, guys, take care. Locked On Universe out.